I want to take this time to thank everyone for joining us this afternoon for our Artistry information session. We have our Professor Wong, who will be talking more about the Opticianry program, answering any questions you have about the program, and just provide any type of clarity you have regarding the curriculum, outcomes, or just any type of questions you have in general. During the presentation, if at any point in time you have a question, if you can use the icon and raise your hand. We want to make this a real interactive type of session. So we will allow you to unmute yourself and ask your question, and Professor Wong will be able to answer your question as they come about. So at this time, without further ado, I want to introduce Professor Blair Wong.
Well, thank you very much. And I'm so excited to be speaking to you today about the Opticianry program. If you're shy about asking your question, feel free to type it into the chat and we can have it read to me. The Opticianry program at the Benjamin Franklin Institute of Technology is a very unique program. The Opticianry program has been with the college since 2006, and it's the only Opticianry program in the country that is directly partnered with its state Opticians Association. And that's a very important connection because when you're a student in the Opticianry program, you are immediately connected into the professional Opticianry world, not just here in Massachusetts, but because the Opticians Association of Massachusetts is so ingrained regionally and nationally, you really get an opportunity to meet industry leaders from all over the country. So we're very privileged and honored to have that special connection to expand your learning outside of the college walls. I myself am a past president of the Opticians Association of Massachusetts and the current executive director for the last 21 years. One of our faculty members, Kevin Silva, is the current president, and another one of our faculty members, Bob Goldman, is a current board director. The Opticians Association of Massachusetts has about 25 board members, and I would say about almost 50% of those board members are now BFIT graduates. So it's a very strong connection that our students have to not only learning the academic and technical skills involved in opticianry, but really feel ingrained in the industry upon your graduation and actually throughout your academic career at the college. Again, my name is Blair Wong. I've been a licensed optician since 1980. And I just love the profession. Obviously, I'm not only a teacher in it, but I have been involved with the profession in terms of its betterment and its advancement ever since I was a student in 1978, kind of crazy. So what is an optician? It seems to be a mysterious occupation. I think everybody knows that opticianry is related to eye health, but specifically, which area of eye health? There are basically 3 O's in the eye health profession. If you've ever had eye surgery or are being treated for an eye disease, that is by an ophthalmologist, which is the medical doctor of the 3 O's. If you've had your eyes examined for acuity, reading an eye chart, having various tests on color perception, contrast sensitivity, eye pressure, that is conducted by an optometrist. So a doctor of optometrist kind of serves as the gateway to eye health. And if there's a disease or some pathology that needs to be followed up, the optometrist refers that patient to the medical doctor of the 3 O's. if they are providing the patient with some fine tuning of their visual acuity in terms of a numeric prescription, then they refer that patient with a written prescription to an optician. And that's what we do. As opticians, we are basically the designers. Think of us as the architects of prescription glasses and contact lenses. So our curriculum is really focused in 3 different areas. It's in the design, the dispensing, the manufacturing of prescription glasses, the design and fitting and dispensing of prescription contact lenses, and the manufacturing of eyewear. So we actually have two areas on our campus dedicated to Opticianry. One is an on-campus optical shop, which is run by the faculty and the students together. We service the eye care needs of the college and neighborhood population with either glasses and sometimes even contact lenses. So it's a working optical shop. And we also, through the optical shop, have provide community service, free glasses to clients of the Pine Street Inn, and a program called PACE, which is Program for All Inclusive Care for the Elderly. So those are our 2 major community service projects in which our students provide free glasses, prescription glasses, to vision-needy populations in the area of Boston. The other area, specialized area in the college, is our on-campus eyeglass manufacturing lab. At the lab there, you learn how to make a pair of prescription glasses, taking the lenses and the frames and putting them together. And that's a lot of hands-on activity. Our curriculum, because of those areas of concentration, again, the design, dispensing, and fitting of prescription glasses, the design, fitting, and dispensing of prescription contact lenses, and the manufacturing of prescription glasses, require a curriculum that has everything from anatomy and physiology of the eye to examining an eye using a biomicroscope for contact lenses. So you actually get to examine the external and internal features of the eye, structures of the eye. Our curriculum also includes optical theory. It's called ophthalmic optics, and that's the study of light as it passes through air, through a lens, and into your eye, and focusing on a very specific 1 millimeter spot in the back of your eye so that you can achieve normal vision. You probably heard the term 20/20 vision. 20/20 vision is normal vision so that you can see acutely. And anyone who cannot see 20/20 without the aid of glasses or contact lenses are the patients and customers that we as opticians serve. And through the process of designing prescription glasses or contact lenses, that's what we do. The curriculum also includes a segment on business. So our students learn how to operate an optical shop, because many of our students, after graduation and having a degree in opticianry, if they're working for a conglomerate like a LensCrafters or Pearl Vision or Target or Macy's or a hospital optical, they work as a staff optician for their first 3 or 4 years, but very quickly, because of their academic experience at Ben Franklin, usually are promoted to a managerial type position. Many of our students also have taken advantage of the opportunity with their license to own their own business. So therefore, the optical shop that we have on campus teaches the students not only the customer service skills that are needed to work with a patient or customer needing eyewear or contact lenses, but also the aspects of running a business, managing other staff members, scheduling, ordering of supplies, inventory control, all those aspects of running a business. Our students also need hands-on skills. So part of our curriculum is dedicated to the art and craft of making a pair of glasses, to the precision of fractions of a millimeter accuracy. Our students are medically oriented so that we are actually putting a contact lens on the eye. So we learn a lot about sterilization and hypoallergenic materials. And that's more of a medical aspect of opticianry. I guess those are the major different areas of our curriculum. One of the most exciting aspects of opticianry, of course, is that it's very high fashion as well. So our students learn all about Nike and Armani and some of these wonderful designers that have made eyeglasses such an attractive opportunity for patients to feel better about themselves. So it's quite a diverse curriculum, probably one of the most diverse curriculums that Ben Franklin offers, in that you have to learn. We teach our students all about hands-on skills and technical skills, to business, to anatomy of the eye, to working with medical devices, and aspects of retail sales forecasting. So it's quite an exciting curriculum. It's a quick 2-year program. It goes very quickly. And I'm very proud of the faculty we have, because they're very dedicated, not only to the students, but especially to the advancement of the profession. So many of our faculty members have been instrumental in helping our students connect with part-time employment while they're enrolled as a student, and certainly full-time employment upon graduation. Our faculty works very closely with career services and making sure that all of our students who want a job have a job. It's not usually a question of whether or not you'll have a job when you graduate from Ben Franklin. It's which optical environment do you choose to work in. You're probably familiar with the lens crafters, Pearl Vision, VisionWorks, 4Eyes. Those are optical only businesses. They're highly retail, and if you like that environment, they have hours, that are, day and night and weekends. So it really fits into your schedule. If you choose to work in optical that's in a medical environment, like a hospital or Mass Eye and Ear Infirmary, working with an ophthalmologist or an optometrist, those are medical environments. If you like the medical aspect of the opticianry profession, you could own your own business. Or you could, if you chose, to work in a retail environment, like a department store. So many department stores like Walmart, Target, BJ's, Costco, Macy's now have an optical department. So that's a very different clientele when you're working with customers who are going to a store that has many other departments, and it's not just the focus of getting their eye care while at the same visit, as opposed to going to a standalone optical like Pearl Vision or Lens Crafters. Patients and customers who go to those businesses definitely have a focus. So in terms of potential earning salaries, our students upon graduating are earning anywhere from I would say $45,000 to $50,000 annually once they graduate and are licensed. And then have a much higher potential rather quickly within a year or two once they gain some experience, prove to the company that they are highly responsible and a productive employee, and especially if you move up to a managerial type position, it can be even greater. So our students do very well. And speaking about licensing, so opticians are in very, very high demand in Massachusetts. Everyone, even if you never needed prescription glasses before the age of 40, will need glasses in order to read. So everyone needs a pair of glasses. And that's why there are so many different business models for you to choose to work as an optician, because everyone is involved in wanting to meet the demand of providing prescription glasses and contacts to people, to the population. And in Massachusetts, opticianry is a licensed profession. So we help our students to pass their national certifications. The license requires 3 national certifications. One in prescription eyewear design and fitting, another national certification in the fitting and design of prescription contact lenses. And then there's a virtual practical exam that is recognized as the Massachusetts State exam. So when you get those 3 national certifications and your diploma, you can then apply to Massachusetts for a license as a licensed optician. And licensed opticians are very, very high in demand in Massachusetts, especially if you're a student at Ben Franklin. Many of our students, even during their first year, are approached by companies wanting to hire the students well before the second year, or definitely by the time they graduate, because by then, most of the students already have a position in place. So many companies have taken the strategy of recruiting first-year students for that reason. Usually by the end of your first year and during the summer, you have had enough of the curriculum courses to take your first level certification exam. And that's the one in spectacle design and dispensing. And then at the end of your second year, usually in May during the same month as you graduate or shortly thereafter, would be when you would take your contact lens certification exam. And any time after the first year, you could take your, what we call the Massachusetts State Practical Exam. The Massachusetts State Practical Exam is the national certification for practical, a practical national certification in practical optics. And that is, I have had some students who take that anytime after their first year. It does not involve practical optics of contact lenses, which is mostly your second year curriculum. So I guess what I'm saying in all that information is if you're in the 2-year degree program, by the time you graduate, and probably 3 months after that, you would have had an opportunity to finish all of your exams, get your diploma, and apply for your license. This year, we had a student, Michaela Krager, who finished all of her national certification exams. That's her spectacle, her contact lens, and her practical before graduation. So she has submitted all of her certifications and her diploma, because she just received her diploma last month, and has applied for the license, which she'll receive in August. So that's the time frame. Most of these certification exams are built into your being able to accomplish them during the curriculum, not after necessarily. Some students like to wait until after they graduate and have taken the full 2-year curriculum before attempting the exam. And the exams are available 364 days a year. And you can take them every 3 months if needed. If you didn't pass the first time, you can take it again 3 months later. The national pass rate on most of these exams is about 50%. And the Ben Franklin pass rate on the spectacle prescription exam is 87. And the Ben Franklin pass rate on the contact lens exam is 92. And the Ben Franklin pass rate on the state exam has been hovering around 90%. So our pass rate on those national certification exams that are stepping stones to the Massachusetts license is much higher here at Ben Franklin than when you take a look at the national pass rate on those exams. And other than that, I guess I can take questions. The only other thing I'd like to offer you is that we have a regular opportunity to have guest speakers. It's usually every other Monday. We try to do it during lunch because at that time on campus, that's when the first and second years are all together on campus at the same time. But you know, we'll probably do this virtually, and then everybody can be together virtually. But we have guest speakers from industry, probably at least a month, sometimes twice a month. We call this our Excellence in Opticianry series, and we invite opticians from Massachusetts and nationally to come visit the classroom and speak to the students about how they interpreted their career. They interpret their career in many different ways. They can be a retail optician, they can be a hospital optician, they can own their own business, they can work as a specialty optician in pediatric care. So we do have a graduate from about 2 years ago who's now a pediatric specialty optician at Children's Hospital in Waltham. We have a student who's working at Mass Eye and Ear, who is specializing in low vision care, low vision opticianry. So again, it's not only the environment, but you could choose your own specialty. We do have a few students who have specialized in contact lens fitting. And we have 2 students working for a doctor's office in Boston. They graduated only a couple of years ago, whose office specializes in behavioral vision. Behavioral vision is there are patients who have difficulty keeping their eyes pointing straight ahead at all times. So they're pointing in various different directions, and for them to maintain straight ahead vision is very tiring, very stressful. It takes great effort. So there's a behavioral science to vision. And so we have 2 students who are working in that environment. And the types of glasses that they are manufacturing and designing for patients who have eye pointing issues is similar to, I guess, shoes, orthopedic shoes. If you have difficulty maintaining a straight ahead foot position and you wear specialized shoes, well, we can do the same thing, specialized glasses that you don't wear all day long, you wear for certain periods of the day that strengthen your eye muscles and help correct their position. So there's lots and lots of opportunities for opticians to work in Massachusetts. And our degree program takes you to the path of not just becoming a great optician, but also obtaining your license. That's our primary goal. Our primary goal is to get you to licensure. A secondary goal is to get you to graduation. Okay, so unlike some of the other departments, our goal is higher than getting you to graduation. Our goal is to get you to graduation, because your diploma is a stepping stone, a requirement to becoming licensed. So our goal for you is a lofty one. But once you get your license in Massachusetts as an optician, anything is possible. So welcome. I'm glad that you all are here, and can't wait to see you in class. Congratulations on, I understand many of you have been accepted into the program, and I hope opportunities like today help you to answer any questions you may have about enrolling in the program in the fall.
At this time, if anyone has any questions, if you would like to unmute yourself, or if you want to post a question in the chat, we can fill those questions now. One of the popular questions that a lot of students have been asking on these sessions is, what does the schedule look like? A typical schedule, or like the class schedule, day, night, and
So that's a great question, and we try to organize our schedule in such a way that most of our students have at least one day off, sometimes two, so that they can, if they wish, use that time to get a part-time job while they're working, while they're enrolled in the program, or if they want to use those days as study days. The majority of the classes for general education are in the morning, and the opticianry courses are usually in the afternoon and early evening. So there are many opticianry courses that start at 3 and go until 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock. So we group the opticianry courses together so that, again, there's some breaks in the schedules that at least one day, if not 2 days, are available for either study, tutoring, private sessions with me or one of the faculty members, or getting a part-time job. There's nothing like reinforcing what you're learning than to have the opportunity to work in the field part-time while you're at school. So what you learn, you can practice right away in a work situation. So we encourage our students to get a part-time job, and if anybody wants a part-time job, they just let me know, and I work with Career Services to make a connection for you and set up an interview.
Right. Ashley, I believe Ashley was on our session last night, our financial aid session last night. Her question is, will classes be on campus or will they be virtual?
And this is from Ashley.
Yes.
Hi, Ashley. Thank you for being here today. So in the fall, it will be a mix. So all of the lecture classes will be virtual, and the lab courses will all be on campus. For the spring, I'm not sure. I think the goal is to try and get everything back on campus, but we're taking a very cautious approach for the safety of the faculty, the community, and especially the students in the fall. So
do
I
you
think
know
that
when
goes
registration will open?
Registration is currently open.
Like, does someone usually reach out to you, or like, do you have to, like, how does that work?
Yeah, so once your financial aid or your financial plan is all set, and your immunizations are in, you'll be in touch with Sally.
Yeah, yes.
Hi, Ashley. Once all those things are set, as Calvin said, your financial aid, your immunization records are in, then I get notified and I'll be reaching out to you. If all that's taken care of and I haven't reached out to you yet this week, it's only because we're doing graduation all week. But I will be reaching out to you to make an appointment via Zoom, and we'll get you registered for classes and set up with the learning management system where you'll see all of your classes and take your classes that are online.
For any of you who haven't met Sally, we at Ben Franklin provide a tremendous support system for the students, whether it be academic or kind of life issues, career, financial. So there's every department at Ben Franklin besides, of course, your major department, the Opticianry department. But outside of the major, there are so many departments and support areas for all the students to take advantage of. And we're very fortunate to have Sally Hecko, who is involved with learning strategies, and also to be the specific cohort advisor to the Opticianry department. So Sally and I work very closely with students who we understand that Opticianry is like learning a whole new language for everyone who's coming into this without any experience. And so we have tremendous academic and technical support systems in place. And you know, Sally is your main person to go to if there's anything that you need from any of the departments. If you're not sure which department to seek out support from, Sally is your department advisor. And Sally and I have tag teamed many times to tutor students academically. Our faculty works from an academic perspective, and Sally, being a learning specialist, will work with students on how to organize their notes and different personal learning tailored systems that she can help to help students so that they can become better learners. And that's all part of any aspect of Ben Franklin, is how can you become a better learner? And if you can become a better learner, we as the academic faculty can help you to become a better and better optician. So it's a great combination. And I thank Sally so much for all of her support of the Opticianry students over the years.
My pleasure. Yeah, I'll serve as the advisor to all of the Opticianry students. So we start working together right away when we get you registered for classes and set up with your email and all the other systems that you'll need as a BFIT student. My office is in the Department of Student Services, and I also work with any students who might have a learning challenge or a learning disability that may need accommodations in a classroom. I work to set that up, and I do that for everyone in the whole school as well. And just so you know, there's academic support for your English and math classes in our Academic Success Center, which has been online. And then when we get an opportunity, we'll bring it back on campus as well. So I look forward to working with all of you.
We also have with us Jenny Marcelin, who not only is the Assistant Director to Admissions, but she is a graduate of the Opticianry program. So if you have any questions for what it's like to be a student in the program, here's your chance to ask Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Professor Wong. Hi, everyone.
Jenny, if you want to talk about, I mean, you're a recent grad, if you want to talk about a little bit of your experience, that might be a little helpful.
Okay. So it was a great program. Like Professor Wong said earlier, a lot of people, when you come to the program, you may not know exactly what Opticianry is, and that was my case. And I can assure you, I started in September, and by November, it felt like I knew more than I expected to know about the program by September. So basically, once you're in the program, you want to make sure that you focus you learn your material, because it's a very rewarding profession, because all we strive to do is to protect people's vision, make sure we help them with that. So it's not, if you don't know anything about the program, it's no worries. It's not gonna be that difficult for you. It's not gonna be a challenge. All you need is the love, the desire to help people, and everything will come together. It's not the classes, because you're learning almost the same thing everywhere. It's not gonna be a difficult load for you, where every class you go, it's something totally different. So you have to find a lot of time to study. No, it's not like that. And just like Professor Wong said, if you have a part-time job in the field, that helps a lot as well. And if you're new to the profession, like I started working in January, just because I was a little, not too sure about myself. That's why I didn't start working earlier than that. But working in the field tremendously, it helps.
And that's not uncommon for, I mean, Sally, you may be able to talk about this, but it's not uncommon for students that are in the program to be working part-time, full-time in the industry. You may want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, there are some students who work in the field, and I think Professor Wong talked a little bit about this, that once you have been a student in the program for a certain amount of time, you may be eligible for a position of supervised position in the field directly, which will give you such wonderful hands-on experience, real world experience while you're still studying. One of the things I would like to add to what Jenny was saying is what I found is that opticianry students each class tends to get pretty close. The students get close to each other and seem to do really well working together, studying together. I think even in this remote virtual climate, students have still stayed connected to each other and studied together. Mm-hmm. So I would urge you as a group, as a class, to make the time to get to know each other, to study together, because you will help each other more than you could ever even imagine with this material that is, to some of you, is going to be Greek. It certainly is to me. However, having said that it's Greek to me, I also want you to know that over the years, I have had opticianry students in my office on a weekly basis where I've quizzed them and tested them so that they could learn the material. And while we're working together, we're finding little tricks and devices to help them remember stuff. Because some of it, the language, it's hard, but because it's new stuff. I've learned more about contact lens and eye diseases than I ever imagined, because I worked with a student on how to take the material from the class and put it into a format that they could understand on note cards to study. So all of these different little strategies you can use on your own, but I really encourage you as much as possible to work together with your classmates and your instructors. All you have to do if you're at any loss or just a little bit confused is ask Professor Wong or Professor Goldman or Dr. Lee. You have instructors that will bend over backwards to help you. You just have to ask. And I have worked individually and together with the instructors and Professor Wong and students to find plans to help you be successful. So like Dr. Wong or Professor Wong said, there's a lot of support here for you. And don't be afraid to ask.
And Sally, I want to piggyback off what you just said too, in terms of the support that there is at the school. It's not just the school, the teachers, the staff that are available to you to support you, but also your friends. I mean, right now, you're all seeing each other on the Zoom. You're not even seeing most of the faces, that's fine. But you are going to become friends. And in my case, what we did, we just said, hey, you want to study with me? Yeah, sure. What's your number? We created a group. And in that group, still now, my friends are working in the profession and now I'm working at the school, but we still help each other. Someone will send a prescription. Hey, do you remember how to do this? What can I do with this? Do you remember what Professor Wong said about this? Do you remember what Professor Silva said about this? We're still helping each other because it's a small community. So you might come to class today and if for some reason you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. But know that when you start working, you will see me because we attend the same events all the time. So be friend, be a support to each other. That will take you a long way.
I actually work with one of your graduates, and she speaks very highly of the institute.
Oh, who's
That's great.
that?
Her name is Maria Artistry. She graduated, I think, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Of course,
So
Maria.
I work very closely with her, and she always speaks really good about you guys.
She was very persistent.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
she's
you
a very
know,
smart girl.
yeah, and you know, she worked through the program at her own pace, but boy, was she wonderful to have. And she worked so hard to pass her national certifications, and she helped other people study. So once you're a student of mine, you're always a student of mine, okay? And in addition to our regular curriculum, the faculty is always available for study groups who are preparing for their national certification exams. In fact, I was just contacted by 4 students who want to study together with me and on their own. So I think the schedule we established is I'm working with them every Monday evening. They're going to meet Fridays again on their own, and they're preparing for their national certification exams this summer. So in addition to the regular curriculum, which prepares you for these national certification exams, we are always conducting year-round, outside of classroom time, regular review periods. And if there's anything we've learned from the pandemic, it's how easy it is to get together on a Zoom to have these review sessions or study sessions. And it was great. As far as Jenny's class, her students were crazy preparing for these national certification exams. They actually had a texting system using apps on their cell phone, and they were always sending to one another 24/7 questions, practice questions to one another, and quizzing one another. And I thought that was a great use of everyday modern technology, different from my world, right, when I was a student, to take advantage of the ease of mobile technology and being able to be in constant support of one another as you prepare for, you know, graduation, exams, and these national certifications. Anything else?
The campus is moving. Will that be happening this year? The campus, we're planning on moving to Roxbury, and that won't affect this year. The move date is fall 2023. So we're about 2 years away from that move.
So that doesn't affect this group, right?
No.
Yeah, because they will be graduating in September 2020, May 2023.
Any other questions? We will be having another financial aid session next month that will talk a little bit more about understanding your bill and cover the award letter, as well as the steps of the regular financial aid process. We'll be sending you information about that session as well. I do see a lot of the names that are on this list now that were a part of last night's session, so that's definitely good to see.
I just do want to touch upon one more time about the influence that our faculty and the position of Ben Franklin has in the industry. So many of the students, while a student, develop this professional network just because of the Opticians Association of Massachusetts partnership with the program. So students have had opportunities to attend regional or state meetings, and in Jenny's case, she's been able to attend national leadership conferences. A student in Jenny's class was a student representative at what was called Transitions Academy in Florida. So our students have had an opportunity through grants to travel to national meetings and conferences with the faculty. And Jenny is a board director to the Opticians Association of Massachusetts. And she's been a representative and presenter at the National Leadership Conference this year. So 2 years ago, when Jenny was a student, she went to the National Leadership Conference, and this year she was actually a presenter. So Jenny, do you just want to speak about your professional connections as being a student in the program?
Yes, so being a student in the program, like Professor Wong said, I got to be involved with the Opticianry Association of Massachusetts. I got to go to the leadership conference. I got to connect with a lot of the leaders in the association. Sometimes when you're in an industry, you see people on TV, you read about them in the newspaper, but I got to become friends with those people. I got to see them, talk to them. I got to receive great advice from them. And then not only I am on the board of the Optician Association of Massachusetts, but I'm also on the board of the Optician Association of America. And then I'm one of the founder of the diversity committee that, nowadays we all need some diversity, every place we are. So that is thanks to the leadership event that I attended, where you get to speak to all the people in the industry and you hear the needs you see that they are looking for leaders to take over when they no longer. So I would encourage you, once you start the program, Professor Wong will give you the information. Get involved. We need you. You have a voice. Get involved.
I was in your seat. That's why I love sessions like this, because I think about 1977 when I was in your role, where I was attending an information session. I did not have any prior experience to the world of opticianry, was so new to the field. And I've had an amazing, amazing career. I'm totally passionate about opticianry and your future. And what you can feel great about yourselves as being involved in opticianry is just think about this. Ever since you woke up this morning and opened up your eyes, 85% of your experience of the world has been through your vision. And as Jenny said, as an optician, your role will be to enhance, preserve, protect, and in some cases, restore people's vision. At the age of 26, after having graduated from opticianry school at the age of 22, had my dream optical job at Brigham and Women's Hospital, working with doctors who were performing cataract surgery. And I worked with all of the cataract patients. So I love the medical aspect of opticianry. I've worked in the retail environment of opticianry. I had the inspiration of perhaps someday owning my own optical store. but at the age of 26, all things crazy, right? You never know what you're going to experience in life. But at the age of 26, I started having trouble seeing at night. And so I had that looked at by a specialist. And sure enough, here I am in a eye health career, and I myself have been diagnosed with an incurable disease called retinitis pigmentosa. So within 5 or 6 years, it was a progressive disease. So I didn't lose all my vision immediately, and it was slow in progressing, that it gave me enough time to stay with the passion of the profession that I cared so much about and kind of reinvent myself, but still be connected. And so I kind of transitioned my career from being a clinician, an optician clinician, to becoming an educator in the field. And it's been great. So I have, I don't have any sight left, but I have a great vision on who I am and how I can help students. My teaching mission statement, which I share with all of the students on the first day of class, is helping students to be successful in the world. And I hope, Jenny, that I have proven worthy of that mission statement to you and all the rest of your colleagues.
Yes, you have. And then one thing I can tell the students is once you're in Professor Wong's class, you will not want to let him turn off the Zoom, or you not want to let him leave the classroom, because he has so much wealth to share and so much wisdom. He's going to be, for me, he's the professor of the whole year, the whole world. That's who he is. You're going to love him.
Do you teach at the New England Optometry School?
I do.
Okay.
Since
I've heard about you.
Oh yeah? Good things, I hope.
Yeah, good thing.
I have the honor and privilege of being an adjunct professor. So I'm, of course, full-time as the director of Opticianry here at Ben Franklin. And I have been teaching one course. It's an optics course, of course, to the first-year students since 1985. So I've been a part-time teacher, adjunct professor there of optics since 1985. So I get to see all the optometry students in their first year. It's a first year class.
So do we have any final questions? Comments?
The only other thing I can add is if anybody wants to sit in on a class or contact Calvin, let me know if you would like to ask me any questions. My contact information. My email address is just B for Blair Wong, W-O-N-G @bfit.edu. And if you have a pen and paper, my cell phone number is 508-530-1315. And Min, if you want to type that into the chat for me, that's great. You did?
Sally's on it.
508.
Question.
Just let me say it one more time. 508-530-1315. You can call that number anytime. It's my cell phone. Somebody had a question.
Yes, it's regarding financial aid. It says that I need like loan counseling and like a promissory note. Like, do I do that through you guys, or is it like through a different service?
Yeah, we can walk you through that. That means that you're pretty much like all set. The interest counseling and the necessary promissory note, those are things that you fill out to confirm that you're going to accept the financial aid award letter. So you can we can walk you through that. If you call our main line and press number 2 for financial aid, they'll walk you through that whole process.
Okay.
But that's where you want to be.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Also have a question regarding financial aid. So I applied for the FAFSA, but I wasn't sure if there's like a secondary financial thing that I'm supposed to fill out through you guys. Is there somewhere I could get more info on that?
Yeah, we don't have any other supplemented forms for students to fill out for additional aid. We award 100% need. So based upon the information that you provide on your FAFSA, we'll be able to use that information to provide you with the best financial aid award letter. And if there is a problem, let's say you guys do receive your award letter and it's not what you expected, or you feel as though it might be challenging for you and the family, if you can definitely reach out to the admissions team or financial aid team to let us know, we'll be able to work with you to see whether or not there's more institutional aid or whether or not there's more scholarships or grants that we can apply to your account to make this affordable for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. And if you want a status update, you can also call the main line and press number 2 for financial aid, and they'll be able to provide you with a status update if you submitted to FAFSA and you haven't heard anything, or if you're not sure whether or not you have all your documents in. We'll be able to let you know what's missing or exactly where you are if you reach out as well.
I had also a separate question. Is there a specific place that we can go for orientation, or are they doing more Zoom meetings? Because I think I missed orientation.
No, you haven't, Sally.
You haven't missed orientation. We're still in the, sorry, there's banging going on here. We're going to be doing a hybrid version, but we haven't finalized it all yet. So you'll get information. Don't worry. You haven't missed a thing.
Awesome.
And I want to say they're planning, last I heard, they were planning for the orientation to be sometime in August, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that was the date that was thrown out. So there's going to be time, and we'll be providing updates, over the next couple of weeks after you get registered and so forth. Any final questions?
So I heard Ashley's voice. Was there someone else who was asking questions that's here?
That was Shannon.
Shannon, great. Hi, Shannon. And
Hi, Dr. Wong.
Are there other students in the room?
Yes, we have Jackie and Elizabeth and Cedric.
Cedric is our current student.
He is. Hi, Cedric.
Cedric Bosus.
Ah, my favorite.
Oh, Marie's son. Yes.
Hi, Jackie. Hi, Elizabeth. I just want to thank everybody for coming by name and really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you all in the fall.
And I also look forward to meeting you all very soon to get you set up and ready to go.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining. If you have any questions or concerns, definitely reach out and we will be in touch. Thank you.
Calvin, man, thank you so much for hosting this event.
Thank you.
Take care.